Hi, I'm Amy, thank you for tuning in. This September wrap-up video is going to be very short because, as typical 2025 fashion, I haven't read many books. I don't really know why this is. I think in 2026 I need to look at my reading habits and see if I can infuse a little bit more of it into my day, because I am missing it. I don't know what's really happening this year. Let me know in the comments if you've got any tips to kind of reinvigorate your reading, because I still love it when I do it. I just don't seem to be fitting it into my day. Anyway, September was a really good month. They and the Night came out on the 25th, I think it was. I've lost all track of time now. I got to have a lovely launch at Doncaster Waterstones. Beth did a fantastic online launch for me, which was so much fun. I will link to it in the description, and if you haven't already checked out Beth's channel, you definitely should, because it's amazing. And I also did a little casual kind of chat with Alex Fowkes on publication day, which was really, really nice, because her book, Ministry of Mischief, The Takeover, the sequel to the first book, came out. Her book came out on the same day. That was a rambling way of saying something really simple, sorry about that. So let's talk about the books that I read. They were very, very good, even though there weren't many of them. So first up, the Book of Heartbreak by Ceren. I absolutely love this book. The title kind of describes how you're going to feel reading this book. And it also describes the main character. She is cursed, and if her heart breaks 5 times before, I think it's her 18th birthday, then she will die. If she manages to survive to her 18th birthday without the 5 heartbreaks, then different things will happen. I don't know how much of a spoil that is, so I won't say it. But this is so good. It's about a girl who, she moves to Turkey, reconnects with a family member that she's never really known before, and she's dealing with a lot of things. She's dealing with grief, she's dealing with the curse that's weighing on her, and she also meets a boy, so there is some romance in here. It is really, really beautifully written, kind of atmospheric, evocative of feelings and emotions and all of that. And also, I love the characters. I thought that they were really well fleshed out. And the other thing I want to mention is there's some little bits of mixed media in, and they tie into another really cool about this book. I've read books based on Greek mythology and Egyptian and all kinds of different world myths, but this is one of, if not the first book based on Turkish mythology, which is the author's heritage. And I think that that gave a really interesting slant to the novel. It was storytelling that I'd not heard before, which was super interesting. And also there are little bits of mixed media that tie into that storytelling. I won't spoil it for you, I'll let you read it. It's really fun. So yeah, it has some light, fun things like the mixed media, but also it deals with some really heavy, hard-hitting issues, all wrapped into one YA book, which is very, very accomplished. So yes, I highly recommend this one. Next, I read what I think is the August Waterstones book of the month, A Grave Inheritance. This one was exactly what I wanted at that point of the month. It was cosy. There's kind of a storyline of are ghosts real or not. It is historical, and it's about a young woman who's trying to carve her way in the world. She's inherited her family's property, and she's sort of figuring out how a young heiress can navigate the society of the time. There's a really fun cast of side characters. It is packed with mysteries and secrets, all set in this kind of big crumbling mansion, which is just a setting that I really love. So also recommend this. And next up, Darcy Coates is becoming a new favourite author. The first Darcy Coates book I read, I was kind of not that keen on. I think I even DNF'd it. But then I read, I think it was The Haunting of Lee Harker, my first one. Then I read The Haunting of Ashburn House and From Below, and I may be mangling the title, sorry if I am, and Dead of Winter. And the latter 3, the last 2 in particular, was so good. And then this one I absolutely loved. It is about a young woman who inherits the family's estate. In this case, it's a winery. And she gets there, and it's this thriving business, but kind of in this big, crumbling, haunted feeling house. I loved the characters in this one, like the other books. It's been a really strong character month. And Darcy Coates just has a way of pulling you through into a character's world and making it feel like you're inhabiting that world with them. So atmospheric. Some parts were really scary. I was surprised at how much I was scared by this book. So yeah, I am going to just try and read a Darcy Coates book a month at least, because I love them. I also am currently reading 2 really good books which deserve a mention. So we've got Small Town Horror by Ronald Malfi. I've got really into Malfi's books lately. Excuse me. I read, what did I read? I can see it somewhere. Oh yeah, I read Senseless, and I read The Narrows in the past couple of months, and they're kind of slow burning, often at times really scary horror, very much in the Stephen King line. So this one reminds me a lot of it. It's about a man who returns to his hometown to kind of face up to past secrets, and a friend who's having a current dilemma that links to their past. So yeah, I've only read 100 pages of this one, but I'm enjoying it so far. And this one I've nearly finished, is the sequel to Let's Split Up, and I wanted to mention it because I'm having so much fun with it. I will give a full review when I finished, but this one continues a year later from the events of the first book, and it's just one of those YA thrillers that just feels cozy, atmospheric, at the same time as being high stakes, fun, fast-paced, twisty. I don't know who the culprit is going to be. I've got a few suspects, and I really like that in a thriller. Quite often by the end it's been kind of whittled down to one person, and I'm thinking, well, I know who that is. This one, I'm at the penultimate, kind of building up to the big scene, I think, and I don't know. So I'm excited to see how this will end. As I said, the full review is coming. And that is it, the books I read in September. So let me know if you've read any of them, if any of those are on your radar. Also, if you want to give me any recommendations for my remaining spooky season reading, I would appreciate that. As always, I also really appreciate likes and subscribes, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!